to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Bella Rita, I do think that worked. It is the Heart of Influence, Loretta and Perrin Wetzel style on this beautiful Trajectory Tuesday. And we're exploring the superpower of integrous influence because, of course, everything happens after. Yes. So Bella, who's here?
Sean, we have some extraordinary people for the Know Your Numbers Heart of Influence with Perrin and Loretta Wetzel. And first, from Chicago, Illinois, first generation from Liberia, passionate about science, nature, and cultural integration, a new entrepreneur devoting herself, creating a resource center for first-generation Americans and immigrants, a timeless ecosystem of awareness, support, and growth for both personally and
We hardwired right now?
We are. Is that weird noise for anybody else, or is that just for us?
We hear it too.
We hear it too.
Yeah, we hear it too.
All right. Well, you guys are in the room with the tech team. Tech team, fix our audio issues. We know they're listening. Which it seems like it may have corrected itself already. But creating, no, it did not.
Okay, you keep going.
Okay. A timeless ecosystem of awareness, support, and growth, both personally and externally through conversation and shared experiences. Let's welcome to the show, Andrea Hammond. And we have lost Andrea, our audience, our studio audience, and maybe sometimes the audio is him, and I think it is. So typically, Andrea, we would have a thunderous applause for you. So forgive our live studio audience and thunderous applause. But I'm sure he'll be back. It may have been Danny because he's not at the moment.
Okay, very good.
Yep. So Andrea.
Yes.
Would you like to know what Andrea's fun fact? Would you like to tee it up?
Yes. So Plato, the Greek philosopher, it's Andrea. Is that how you pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. So Andrea, Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So to kick this fun game off, we do a fun fact, which is, of course, a proud moment, adventurous moment, fun moment, funny moment, silly moment, and anything that will make us say, Andrea,
no way!
So please, what is your fun fact?
Okay, so a fun fact of mine is that before leaving for an extended period of time to go off to school, I did skydiving, surprise skydiving event with a family friend, and that was my first time doing that, and it essentially ignited a desire for being fearless and trying new things,
Cool.
and liking them.
Yeah, amazing. So I'm hearing jump out of a plane, make magic happen. Andrea, this will be a little less exciting, but maybe much more valuable. So let's go.
Welcome, Andrea, and also from the Windy City, revitalizing neighborhoods for Section 8 housing, providing safe, affordable homes to those in need while contributing to community growth, building portfolios of government-backed rental properties, ensuring steady income streams that benefit his and his customers' families, creating generational wealth, shaping a brighter financial future for loved ones, empowering others to achieve long-term stability through real estate. Let's welcome to the show, Carl Broadwater.
And the crowd goes crazy.
And the crowd goes crazy. And since Danny is not here, I also cannot highlight you. So we still got Andrea on the screen. So I don't know if someone can give me host access so I can do that.
So Carl, please, what is your fun fact?
And you got to unmute, Carl.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
There you go. Okay, perfect. So hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me on the show. My fun fact is that I've traveled over 15 countries. So I definitely like to explore other countries and see how other people live and how their way of life is. So I have many stories in regarding many travels that I've had in the past. So pretty interesting.
Cool. Thank you for that. Carl, warm welcome to Loretta and Parents Heart of Influence and Bella Rita else here.
I don't know what I did. There we go. I don't know. Next up, thank you. Next up, we have from Downers Grove, Illinois, NBA with martial arts training, a red belt in both Taekwondo and Hapkido?
Yeah.
Did I say that? Yay! A supervisor for global countries providing medical device components and solutions for some of the most well-known names in healthcare, pharmaceutical, and household industries in this space full-time for 27 years. My dyslexia saw 72. I was like, for 72 years, that's a long time. But it's not 72 years, it is 27 years. And let's welcome to the show, Keith Lambert.
Can we do something to get the crowd going wild again? Team, let's get it. So, Keith, what's going on, sir? And warm welcome to Loretta and Parents Heart of Influence. And please, what is your fun fact?
Well, a few years ago, me and my buddies decided to take a different venture into the business world. And we started a nightclub on the west side of Chicago.
Wow.
From that, I decided to get into, I was a music major, so I'm a Renaissance man when it comes down to listening. From that, I decided to do a DJ business. So now I'm actually, I do disc jockeying for weddings and stuff professionally.
Cool. Well, very, very cool. Warm welcome to the party. Renaissance man, making things happen, Bella Rita. And who else is here?
Making things happen. And next, you might guess, Sean, from the Windy City. It's windy in the Windy City, yes. A nurse for 10 years, went to law school, started in healthcare medical, and let's get the camera on Ann Ford, please. By general counsel for a couple of hospitals, ran a global compliance division for international medtech company for 9 years, now providing guidance to medtech startups, a healthcare compliance attorney in the space for 30 years, and has served, I think she started when she was 10, and has served continuously to serve numerous nonprofits. Let's welcome to the show, Ann Ford.
Ann, a warm welcome. Long time no talk. And please, your fun fact, Ann.
Okay. I always struggle with this one, but one thing I think I like to tell people is I have been in a book club with the same people for 30 years.
Whoa.
We started our book club before book clubs were a thing. And so I have read hundreds of books with this group, and it's one of the highlights of my life, my social life.
That's really cool,
Oh,
man.
that's
Well,
beautiful.
congratulations.
It is
And what
cool.
if you had one book to recommend? I mean, it's not like it has to be the book, but if you can recommend the book, like what pops to your mind, like first?
Yeah. Now you stumped me.
Last book.
Last book. Well, I just bought. I'm just recommending the book for book club next time, called "So Big" by Edna Ferber. It won the Pulitzer Prize in 1926.
Wow.
And I think I'm going to really surprise my book club members, because we usually go to current, recent books. I think this is going to be really fascinating.
Awesome.
There's a certain Chicago element to it.
That's super cool. Well, thank you, Ann. Warm welcome. We're coming back. Bell Radio's joining Ann.
We are coming back, and next up from
the Windy City,
Chicago, Illinois, revitalizing neighborhoods. We are introducing John, team. Traded as a commodities broker and advisor for 82 to 99, from 82 to 99 for multiple firms, then founded and ran his own firm from 99 to 2013. Currently owns and operates an algorithm trading firm. That sounds interesting. Using his 1984 methodology that has predicted the last 5 major declines, including providing 6-month warning about 2020. Whoa, I think he's a fortune teller. Let's welcome to the show, John Johnson.
John, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. Loretta and Perrin flavored. And please, what's your fun fact, John?
Well, my fun fact came from playing the game of golf. In Illinois, a couple golf courses decided that they wanted to offer night golf. So one of those times I went to play night golf. And after maybe 14 holes, I was playing spectacularly. And I had the glow ball. I hit an errant shot that went into the woods. I'm like, I've got to find that ball. So when I got to the point of entry, I could see it, but it was way back in the woods. I said, I'm going in and get it. So I went in to get the ball, and then it took me 20 minutes to figure out how to get back out. It taught me a lesson. Know your path. Know your path.
Know your path and leave the glow ball in the woods. So very good. Warm welcome, sir. Let's go, Bella Rita. It sounds like a night with you.
Yes, you could we could definitely get lost in the woods for sure. Let's go to the people that made it all happen. First, of course, from Chicago, Illinois, motivational speaker, prominent family, relationship, and entrepreneur expert, empowers individuals to move towards financial freedom through business ownership. 40 years of work experience. She also started when she was 10. Various business structures, including nonprofit, for-profit, and entrepreneurship. An MBA degree from the University of Illinois, highlighted on a 40-foot billboard in Times Square for 30 days in 2022. Let's welcome Miss Mama Soul Wisdom, Loretta
Mama Soul, coming from not the Windy City today, but the Windy City very often and a few feet away today. So Loretta Wetzel, please, thank you for you and Perrin causing today and your fun fact.
My fun fact is that I love to travel. And in fact, I have climbed the Great Wall of China not once, but twice.
Twice. Mama Soul.
Mama Soul. That's like you climbed the Great Wall of Chocolate.
That's true.
She's calling China, you're climbing chocolate.
PF Chang's. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Mama Soul, we ready?
Ready.
Mr. Perrin Wetzel, please.
It is a prominent accountant and entrepreneur specializing in real estate accounting and investing, president of PG Wetzel and Associates with offices in Downers Grove and Evergreen Park, Illinois, a BA from Lutheran College in Decorah, working in accounting world for the IRS for 43 years, also started when he was 10, celebrating 50 years total in business. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Perrin Wetzel.
Mr. Perrin Wetzel, please, your fun fact.
My fun fact is $1 million. Once I had a client that owed Internal Revenue Service over $1 million. They agreed to accept $1 million. And of course, they gave it to their attorneys. And you know what the attorney said? No way, no how. So instead of giving them $1 million, I put on my Batman cape and only gave them $200,000. So they took $200,000 when they turned down $1 million. So I think that's a little bit, less than $1 million, right?
That's a good deal.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal.
That's a good deal. I'll take that deal.
That sounds.
That's not even girl math.
That sounds.
That's real math.
That is real math. Perrin, amazing. Are you ready to do the things, Perrin?
Yes, we are.
We are ready.
This woman seated to my right in her more than 1,500th episode, co-host in The Heart of Influence, started her career in influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. She progressed to being putting 3 words together that don't go together: teenager, network marketing, and 7 figures. That's what this woman did. Then she's like, I got that taken care of. So I'm now, after being a 7-figure business generator, network marketing at the age of 19, at 24 years old, I'm going to start three-peating. Like Pat Mahomes is trying to be this woman. Michael Jordan, Windy City was. Pat Mahomes is trying to join Belvedere and Michael Jordan as three-peaters because she was three-peating not in hoops or football, but as Nevada's #1 business broker. 24 years old in a male-dominated industry, the first woman ever to be Nevada's #1 business broker, and the youngest person, male or female, at 24 ever to do it, let alone 3 straight times. She then's like, I got something going on. I'm going to go train entrepreneurs and Fortune 500 companies in concepts like leadership, marketing, acceleration, all the beautiful things of influence. And in fact, in 2019, every sales team Belvedere to work with doubled their sales. She went from there to being a philanthropist with the Unblinded team, raising more than $10 million for charity over the past couple of years. And crazily, she is a 2-time, about to be 3-time published author who learned to ski, surf, and scuba dive in extreme conditions, either from a blind man or on YouTube. It changes by the hour. And of course, this woman in 2023 also publicly, courageously, vulnerably, and inspirationally battled and overcame cancer. Let's welcome to Loretta and Perrin's Heart of Influence, the woman that put the heart in it, Bella Veronica.
So I have a super fun fact today that is right over here. Excuse me.
Yes.
Because someone broke your other mug that you had. So I have a belated birthday present that got done today. And this is your new mug that's got the Unblinded logo. And then on the back, it says Batman, Peter Pan, Jack Bauer, James Bond, Willy Wonka, and Coach Callagy, because those are all of the names that is an alter ego. So happy birthday. There is your new Heart of Influence mug.
Well, cheers to that. Thank you.
Cheers to that.
That is a super cool fun fact.
That is my fun fact for today. All of your surnames.
Yes.
There you go.
Appreciate that. So where are we going from here, Bill?
From where we're going from here is I'll actually introduce, I think, Batman, Peter Pan, James Bond, Jack Bauer, Willy Wonka, Coach Callagy. In fact, the man, Tony Robbins, actually called this man Coach because there's only 2 attorneys that have ever had 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the state of New Jersey actually called this Batman the most influential attorney in the state of New Jersey. And he has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around speaking on stages, he's an incredible philanthropist that has raised nearly $10 million for refugees in the Ukraine. Let's welcome Batman, Coach Callaghan to the Heart
Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Red Parent. Thank you, everybody here today. I also failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I was in the 50th percentile of my high school class after freshman year. So I was not born with a certain level of skill. It was developed, which is my favorite concept of Batman and James Bond and Jack Bauer, is that they had no superpowers, and these are all human beings that developed the ability to create extraordinary results while being ordinary humans. So my fun fact for today is, yes, I'm a blind man that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive, including Bella Verita, in the most extreme of conditions, hurricane conditions, blizzard conditions, shark-infested waters, all of those things. And that is my super fun fact for today.
That sounds like a super fun fact. And shall we have some fun today on this thing called the Heart of Influence?
Yes, that would be super fun.
That would be super fun.
Who's leading us off?
I think leading us off today is Carl.
Carl, this is what we're up to here. Everything happens after yes, Carl. So how do we create yes, but not pitching, hooking, closing like yuck? But what does it look like when sophisticated, heart-centered human beings come together and yes should happen? So to illustrate this, Bella's going to be anybody you want her to be, as bells are ringing, magic is happening. And she could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner, Carl. She could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey, who I think might be from the Windy City, Warren Buffett, whomever you'd like, Carl. It doesn't have to be a sale, because it could be a leadership situation, a management situation, a recruitment, a fundraising, for profit, not for profit, or marketing or selling, whatever you like. And it doesn't have to be a final yes. It could just be a yes for a longer conversation. So Carl, please, who would you like Bella Verita to be?
I had a hard time hearing you. I'm sorry about that. Can you say that one more time?
Yes. So Carl, do you sell anything?
Do I sell anything? Well, I have apartments for rent.
Cool. So Bella could be anybody that you want to create a yes with. She could be a person looking at one of your apartments. She could be an investor in your real estate business. She could be somebody you want charitable investment from, for a charity that you're raising money for. So any yes that you want to cause, that's who Bella would be. And again, it could be, and you could just have a yes for a longer meeting with her. So who would you like Bella to be that you're creating a yes with?
An investor.
Cool. Bella's got some cash burning in those pockets. Take us in.
All right. Hello, this is Bella Verita.
Hello, Bella. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Carl. How about yourself?
I'm all right. I can't complain. Having a great day today.
Oh, that's amazing. What can I do for you?
Hey, I was looking to see if you would be interested in investing in one of my deals.
I wasn't sure about the deal. My team set up the call, said you might have something interesting, but can you tell me a little bit about it, and maybe we can see if a longer meeting makes sense.
Okay, well, it's a 10-unit apartment building. Each apartment has 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It does need a lot of work. The purchase price of this property is $300,000. And it's going to need about $400,000 worth of work. And after the renovations will be done, we're looking at a after repair value of about $1.4 million.
Okay, and sounds interesting. And do you have? Is this? Will this be? How many units is it? Like, can you tell me? What the pro forma is?
Yes, it's a 10-unit building. Each unit is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Each unit, after it's being fixed up, can be rented for $1,500 per month. So with 10 units, calculator.
Gonna do some math real quick. While you're doing the math real quick, how often are you, doing investments? How long have you been doing this? And why should I trust you with my money?
Oh, great question. I've been in the business for over 10 years now. I have purchased over 10 units. So I already have them rented out, so I have a track record of being able to manage money. I can properly purchase a property and fix it up and make sure it's rented. We do rent to Section 8 tenants. So that's going to be a good return on your money because it's going to be guaranteed cash flow. And from there, we can use the money for the purchase price, which would be $300,000, and then the rehabilitation of that project will be $400,000. So we'll be all in at about $700,000. And from there, when we get it all fixed up, it can cash flow about $15,000 a month. That will be
So Carl, I gotta run. I gotta run right now. But my partner, he likes to leave $300,000 tips. So I'm sure that I can pick up an extra $300,000 from him and get it over to you pretty quickly because it sounds like a good deal. How does that sound? You got an extra 300K laying around?
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
We'll talk. Carl, amazing job. We're coming back. Bella, where are we going?
Next up, we got Andrea.
Andrea, who would you like Bella to be, please?
I would like for Bella to be someone that is new to America and looking for community.
All right, Bella, new to America, looking for community. Take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. Good afternoon.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I am doing well. Every day is a lovely day.
Yes. Thank you. What can I do? What made you reach out?
Well, I noticed that you are new to America, so I wanted to learn a little bit more about your background and where you're from.
Yeah, I am from Puerto Rico and no, Australia. I'm from Australia. I forgot where I'm from. I'm from Australia. I'm from down under, and just moved to the U.S. for some opportunities.
Okay. So what opportunities exactly are you looking for?
I was looking to get into entrepreneurship and maybe start a stock business here.
Okay. So it sounds like you really value your stability when it comes to your source of income. Would that be a right interpretation?
Yeah, I would say that's true.
Okay. So what are some other things that you value?
Does shopping count?
Yeah, that can count.
I would say, I want to make an impact in the world. I want to help people. I'm passionate about serving God. Those are a couple things that I am passionate about.
Okay. So it sounds like your spirituality as well as your joy are things that matter because shopping is one of the things that brings you joy.
Yes, or dopamine, which however you want to look at it.
Yes. Okay.
And I only got less than a minute, Andre. I'm so sorry. But what is it can I do for you?
Okay, so there is an organization that I'm starting that I think you would be a perfect match for. It's able to provide you with different resources that you would need moving into a new environment. And it'll just teach you a little bit more about community and ways to make sure that your business gets the resources that it needs longer term.
That sounds like that you have some resources that you can share with me.
Yes. So you said that you really value making joy a priority in your life as well as financial stability, and there are a couple of financial advisors that you'd be able to speak to get you to where you want to be.
Okay. We'll send over some information. I gotta run right now, but send it over, and would love to connect further.
Sounds good.
Andrea, excellent. Feedbackers, Miss Farida.
Feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Andrea or Carl, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then a little next step. Like, is that next step you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal? I'm pretty certain the way Sean's feeling right now, nobody would want that. Not on that list for today. But maybe it's a little mocha chocolate and a little croissant at Starbucks for a little bit longer of a meeting. But if that's not enough time, you would be willing to rent a private room at the Capitol Grill, like this guy did for a couple people tonight, to have a private room, to have a long conversation, like having a seafood tower and the nice juicy steak. Unless you're vegan, of course, maybe you're having salad and French fries, but you don't want to skip out on dessert because you definitely want to have the longest meeting possible with Andrea or Carl. And if that's not enough time, you would be willing to rent a private jet, of course, pick up Mama and Papa Soul Wisdom, Perrin and Loretta Wetzel, and fly anywhere in the world to have the longest meeting with Andrea or Carl. So let's kick it off with Keith. And Keith, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Andrea? Yep, there you go.
I like it. I'm more of a box of data type person. So when I hear stuff, I like to get it. Give me the big box of topic of what you're talking about, and then give me the subs of how that's going to affect what you're asking for. Because sometimes if I don't have a macro, if you give me the micro before a macro, I'm turned off. Give me the macro view of what you're trying to do first, then give me the micro and tie it in together and show me how I can benefit from it and how you can benefit from it, so both of us can be on the same page.
All right. And so next step would be like a cup of coffee, a little meal, maybe a road trip. Like
It'd be like a Starbucks somewhere neutral.
All right, mocha chocolate latte, Bella Verita, caffeine is flowing with Keith. Come on.
And caffeine is flowing. I definitely got some caffeine. There's a few of us that have some caffeine going because we were told that we're going to 11 o'clock tonight. So we got some caffeine flowing in this house, that's for sure.
Let's go.
Let's go, John. John, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Carl?
Okay. I think it's very important that you know your numbers. I didn't like the fact that he stumbled on the type of revenues that would come from the investment. And I also thought that he could have extended on the idea that once they achieved that 1.1 million, which would be 410,000 in profits, how they could use that 410,000 profits to extend those profits by doing more investments. That's how I saw it.
Got it. And John, next step would be a little cup of coffee, a meal. What'd you have next?
Say that again?
What would your next step be? Would you have a follow-up meeting? If you would, is like a little quick cup of coffee?
Yes, I would have a follow-up meeting with him. Yes.
Cool.
Because he's got a good purpose there.
Yeah, let's go get it.
Let's go get it. Thank you, John. Let's go, Anne. Anne, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Andrea? Just unmute for us, yeah.
I appreciate the things others said as well. I like to get cut to the chase quicker. But on the positive side, I think she was very engaging and very, as somebody that seemed kind that I'd like to have a conversation with. So I thought that was something you conveyed well with your voice and your delivery.
Nice. And next step in would be a little mocha chocolate latte, some Chicago deep dish, or some book club moment, or what?
Yeah, I would love to have an opportunity to meet the person face to face if that was an option. Otherwise, could send them some information and say, let's do a follow-up call. So
cool.
Depends on where the person is, etc.
All right. Thank you for that, Anne and Bella Verita.
Let's go. Mama Soul Wisdom, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Carl?
So my feedback for Carl is that I loved his confidence in being able to share about his deal. One optimization would be to find out how it would add value to you and why you would be interested in that particular deal. Obviously, it would be profitable the way he explained it for those involved, but not clear on how if this is something that lights you up, that adds value to you, and something that you are indeed interested in.
Awesome.
So I would go with a cup of coffee.
All right. I need some Chicago deep dish pizza, however. All right. Thank you, Mama Soul. Please.
Let's go, Papa Soul. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Andrea?
Andrea, I love the fact that she wanted to help individuals who are first time coming to the United States. And that's a word to call because of all the issues that we're having presently with individuals coming to this country. One of the things that her certainty needs to be, her energy level with her certainty should go up. Zeus energy is what I'm looking for. She needs to have more Zeus energy, and that would have definitely, because she has all the other energy, but that Zeus is a certainty that you need to have. So I would go with a meal. We go to some deep dish pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Aaron. We're getting this done.
I'm hungry now.
Thank you. Belle of Rita. What are we doing now?
Oh, now, and I'm so sorry that I have to do this to you because I know you just came from the dentist and you're not feeling the best. But I'm not going to cut you any breaks today because this is the time in the show that I get to put my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about because Andrea, Carl, maybe you guys knew what you were up to, but maybe you were a little bit nervous. I'm about to make this guy nervous because we're going to put him on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about. Loretta, Parent, I have 3 scenarios for you guys to choose from. Of course, you already know you can choose one of these scenarios. He knows none of them. You can change anything about the scenarios, or of course, you can scrap them all together and come up with something much, much harder on your own. Are you ready to hear what I have for today?
Let's hear it, Bella.
All right, option number 1, since Sean is in the mood for some deep dish pizza, I was looking up the most famous, iconic deep dish pizza place in Chicago is Giordano's. Am I saying that correctly?
Giordano's.
Giordano's. So I thought Sean could play Mayor Johnson, going from hello to yes with Giordano's to yes, that to sponsor maybe like a new White Sox stadium to build like the new White Sox stadium in Chicago. So that's option number 1. Option number 2, as Sean alluded to at the beginning of the show, is I think there's a famous woman that lives there in Chicago. I think, what does she go by? Oprah something or other? Winfrey, I think it is. Yes. Winfrey. Yeah, Winfrey, something like that. So I thought Sean could role play Carl, going from hello to yes with Miss Winfrey to hand over an easy $300,000 cash money for his investment. So that is option number 2. And then option number 3 is Salma Hayek is a famous actress here in the United States, but she is from Mexico. So I thought maybe Sean could play Andrea, going from hello to yes with Salma Hayek to be a part of her community, maybe even a spokesperson for her community. So those are the 3 options I got for you today. Team Wetzel, any of those tickle your fancy, or do you have something much, much harder than any one of those?
So either the pizza or Salma Hayek. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
So we on the theme of pizza.
So what was the pizza one? The
so I don't even, yes, we're gonna have them write a fat check to make it. I don't know what the White Sox Stadium current sponsor is. Let's say it's like AT&T, but we're gonna boot out AT&T and make it Giordano's Stadium instead. Yeah, so they might have to write a small check.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so who is going to play the CEO of
Giordano's?
Giordano's.
Giordano's.
Yes.
Since John was correcting me, shall we have John play that role, or do you have somebody else in mind? Anne's like, yeah, let's make him do it.
Okay, John, are you up for it? I bet you are.
I'm up for it.
He's like, and this is what he just did. He's like, he was sitting back like this, Sean, and he goes, I'm up for it.
Giordano.
Yeah, Giordano's.
How do you spell it?
G-I.
Yep.
O-R-D-A-N-O.
There is an R in there. So Giordano.
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
And then,
Okay.
do you want to know who the current sponsor is?
Yes.
Current sponsor.
It's guaranteed rate.
Yeah, guaranteed rates. Yeah, we're booting out guaranteed rates, and we're making a pizza stadium instead. Good luck, my friend. I'm sorry that you just came back from the dentist and it wasn't easy around you.
Thank you. So, and we'll call you John. How about your Mr. Smith, the CEO of Giordano's? Cool.
Okay.
Okay. So, hi, and what's the mayor's name? Loretta?
Mayor Brandon Johnson.
And Mayor Johnson. Okay. So, hello, is Mr. Smith available?
This is he.
Hey, Mr. Smith, this is Mayor Johnson. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Is it still a good time for you?
Yes, it is.
Hey, so listen, I'm really appreciative of the conversation and the opportunity. I know you're super busy and making big impact with your incredible pizza and entrepreneurship. But my quick question is, what prompted you, Mr. Smith, to even accept this conversation in the first place?
Well, it's always good to hear someone out, even if you don't know if you want to participate, but it's okay. You want to hear someone out.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been watching some of your videos, and I've certainly read your book about the creation of Giordano's. And my biggest question, Mr. Smith, is where do you go from here? Like, why do you keep going? What's the next level for you, if there is one? So what does it look like for you, please?
Well, it's just driven by, a family heritage. It's been in the family for so long. That keeps me inspired. I've got kids that are behind me. I want to be able to hand it over to them. And so, yeah, I'm just inspired to keep on pressing forward, to be able to leave it for my family.
Amazing. Well, thank you for that. So I'm hearing legacy, impact, very present for you. Am I hearing those things correctly?
That is totally correct.
Awesome. So then, and how about is it keep it at the level it is? Is it grow and expand Giordano's? Like, at what level of growth trajectory and impact are you looking to move from here, if there's any growth?
Well, we've had a tremendous amount of success. When again, we are the #1 pizza joint in Illinois, and we've got some other places, but I'm thinking about other places that I think people should have the opportunity to enjoy our wonderful pizza. So yes, I'm looking to expand here in the United States and maybe even abroad.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. So I know we're running a little tight on time. In our final minute or so, can I share a couple of things that may or may not resonate with you?
Okay.
Yeah. So the conversation, as you're well aware, is about the White Sox stadium and where we can go from here. Obviously, that would be a number that individually may be beyond what Giordano's is looking to do. But all I'm looking to do is have a conversation and a sit-down follow-up meeting, Mr. Smith, because I think there's some incredible incentives that the city of Chicago can bring forward for Giordano's. You are just a cornerstone of the community. The impact, the integrity, the respect that people have for the facility and the local roots of it, along with the White Sox and their potential resurgence, money that is going to be invested into building a new stadium for the White Sox, through the city of Chicago, as well as some incredible opportunities for being in the new stadium with a position for Giordano's and taking this forward to the entire state of Illinois and the nation. So, Mr. Smith, very simple question I would have, and there's like 50 different ways that we potentially do this. So this isn't one proposal I have. So I'm not going to say, hey, if you write a check for this, you could then be the sponsor of the new stadium. Instead, it's to look at what level of relationship, what we would call an ecosystem merger, that we could have together. So we're wide open, but we want you, Mr. Smith and Giordano's, because of who and what you are, and we want to really be flexible and create something what I think will be mutually beneficial at the highest level. So simply put, how would it resonate with you or not? That we had a follow-up meeting. It could be at Giordano's. We could be taking pictures together. It could be somewhere else. You're choosing, but sir, how would it resonate with you to have a meeting with the mayor's office and talk about who you are in the community? Maybe it goes nowhere, maybe it goes somewhere incredible. What say you, Mr. Smith?
If I may ask, what would be my benefits again? If I did move forward with something like this, are you saying that I could be actually involved, or my facilities could be in the stadium?
Yeah. But I mean, first of all, I think there's a benefit. My approval rating is meaningfully high right now. So just having the mayor come to Giordano's, I think that in of itself is a positive, right? Second, yeah, we could name the stadium Giordano's. At the very least, we could have Giordano's in the new stadium. So there's a bunch of different things we could potentially do, and we could have charitable fundraising components, but simply this is a conversation about Giordano's relationship with the new White Sox stadium, what that would look like from naming, which would potentially be a partial investment. There could be other ways we raise funds, but we like the concept because of how your identity, your brand sits with the city of Chicago. And want to look at different possibilities, understand a little bit more about your economics, expansion model, and we could tailor something that would make sense for you. That's what we're talking about, Mr. Smith.
Well, the Sox haven't really been playing that well, but I think they'll get it turned around. I've gotten a little excited about this idea because actually having our company name affiliated with the White Sox is kind of like a North Star. I mean, that would just give us more credibility. And I think since, the White Sox games are broadcast all over the United States, people would be knowing more about Giordano's. I like the idea of that. Sure, I wouldn't mind sitting down with you.
Yeah. And maybe, just maybe, we're having a little conversations with the Cubs about Wrigley, and we could have a lot of fun. So let's go have some deep dish pizza, and let's set that meeting. Sound good?
By the way, that sounds good to me, but the mayor already comes to my restaurant.
Well, I am the mayor, and I'm coming. So there you go. All right. So Adam, roll. So excellent job, John. Appreciate that.
Sure.
So how was that? How did I do as the mayor, and how was your time on Loretta and Perrin's Heart of Influence today, John?
I liked it.
Cool. Well, we liked having you on and appreciate you very, very much. And we wish you all the best in the world. And of course, we had a couple of fine folks jump in that participant seat. That's not an easy place to be. So Andrea, never easy to be there, did a beautiful job. How was your time on Loretta and Perrin's Heart of Influence?
This was a very eye-opening experience. I appreciate the feedback that I've received from everyone. And it also helped me to relax a little bit and not be so nervous, just considering that it's a more lighthearted of a conversation. So I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Excellent job, Andrea. Anne, excellent work in the feedbacker seat. Thanks for being here today. And how was your experience on Loretta and Perrin's Heart of Influence today, Anne?
Excellent. I am impressed by all the people that are on here, including the hosts, the co-hosts, and each of you, and the impressive work that you're doing. So I think it's a valuable exercise to do this role playing.
Oh, well, thank you, Anne. And by the way, Anne was impressed with you, and I'm impressed with you. So who else is here?
Thank you.
How could we not be impressed with you?
Thank you. Honored to serve. Let's go, Mr. Keith. Keith, how was your time with us today on Loretta and Perrin's Heart of Influence?
I enjoyed it. I think that sometimes when you have different lenses on any subject, it helps you because it answers questions that could be roaming in your head or questions you never could think of. And feedback was actually awesome because now it gives you kind of a test run on how to prepare answers from questions from different aspects of the business world, and it preps you unconsciously. So I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Keith.
Thank you, Keith. And also sitting in that participant seat, doing a phenomenal job. Carl, how was your time with us on the Wetzel Heart of Influence?
I really enjoyed it. Thanks for inviting me, and I appreciated the feedback that I got. It makes me understand that I need to make sure my numbers are more intact and be able to
Know your
fluidly
numbers.
get them all
Your
out.
numbers.
Yep. Know your numbers.
You did a great
Absolutely.
you did a great job. And so thank you very much for jumping on that participant seat. Loretta and Perrin Wetzel, know your numbers, Heart of Influence. Please, Loretta and Perrin, your final.
Final is it is a beautiful thing where we can come together and be able to connect with one another to do business and to share that light out in the world. There's definitely a way in doing this through integrity-based influence. And once again, we are the people to make the world go round. So thank you for your participation. And this might be the first time we connected together as a group. Won't be the last.
And
Perrin, please.
thank you, everyone, because we wanted to make sure that we provide you with some value, that this hour was worth your time, because we know that everybody is looking for one or three things, or maybe all three. What more money, more time, or more magic, or all three. And this is what integrity influence is about, making sure that you have one of those three or all three.
Awesome.
And we win.
And we win.
And we win.
Thank you, Loretta and Perrin. So for everybody, listen, I couldn't agree with Perrin more. We're all looking for growth in financial abundance, duplication, time, freedom, and impact overall in the world, right? Money, time, magic, we like to say around these parts. And thank you for being here today. And the how-to, though, has been the study of my life for 27 years. So we have our group influence book as our gift, first of all, for you for coming on to Loretta and Perrin's Heart of Influence. And we also have an acceleration session, because it's one thing to learn the superpower of influence, but it's a second question to say, like, what do you do with it? Because all yeses are not created equally. Some yeses lead to no growth. Some yeses lead to linear growth. Some yeses lead to exponential growth, and some yeses lead to almost infinite growth. So those gifts are there for you. And Belle, read your final.
My final is don't do what I did and sit here on this formula for 4 years and do nothing with it and watch all of these people surpass everything that you're doing. Definitely download the book. Definitely have the conversation with the team, because where you could be 4 years from now could be drastically different. Don't waste the time. Don't waste the opportunity for everybody that you've met here today, because there are relationships to advance here. So don't do what I did. And Sean, back to you.
Thank you. And final, I would end every episode by saying this. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Loretta and Perrin. On behalf of Bella and myself, I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain as to the possibilities for acceleration that sit right in front of all of us. More money, less time, more magic. They sit right here. But at some level, Bella, Loretta, and Perrin, we're all blind.
And just learning to see.
Just learning to see.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
That was fun.